protecting him and putting more the onus on some of the guys at the top. But if I may, I just want to ask one question. I want to ask one question. If you were to,
I'm just going to correct you right there.
Go for it.
Let me ask you a question that you said.
Go ahead.
There's no puzzle. Me and Puffy, not friends, never will be friends.
Okay.
About to get right into it, guys.
Him, I ain't scared of nobody but God. It's not about I'm protecting him. I'm going to tell the truth. I'm not going to. I know a lot of stuff is true that he been got caught doing, but I'm not going to tell you something I wasn't in the room. If I was in the room with that motherfucker, you shouldn't be talking to me, because if you was in the room with Diddy, I wouldn't be talking to you. If he was in there and he was telling you, take that, take that, take that, take that. You think me and you going to be conversating? I'm like, no. At the end of the day, you know, shit, I believe in what I believe in. Once said twice, don't say it at all, you know? But whatever you want to ask me, I'm going to let you finish asking the question, because I'm here because I love the fact what you guys are doing, because it's a way that we can communicate, and not only does it build hip-hop, we can build the world, or United States. I can't even go to the next countries. I can only go on in my backyard, and I'm a part of this. You know?
And Suge, I appreciate that. Suge, for somebody that's the hip-hop world today, to be able to do what a lot of these executives did that taught somebody like Diddy, is that even possible today? Meaning, did social media fully eliminate that business model where the next generation of young talent are now protected?
No, nobody's protected yet. But that's okay. We're going to talk about Puffy. All right, listen to this. There was a guy named Barry Gordy, and you know who Barry Gordy is.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I went in the room with Barry Gordy, but everybody knew that Barry Gordy hits both sides of the fence, they always say. So Barry Gordy was the guy who had the Jackson 5, who eventually conned Michael Jackson, because Joe Jackson was a Jehovah's Witness, and they say, Michael, you come hang with us, you can get toys. They might got Michael some more than toys. Then there was Quincy Jones with Michael. And you know exactly where I'm going with this. Next thing you know, Michael Jackson, allegedly, they said he started partying with younger boys. So where did Michael Jackson get it from? And if you know, you wouldn't have a problem to say, Barry Gordy was touching on Michael Jackson. You wouldn't have a problem to say that Quincy Jones was touching on Michael Jackson. And you wouldn't have a problem to say that Michael Jackson was touching on the little boys. But what the problem come in at, and we start talking about the Clive Davidsons and the other people, and it goes down to Puffy, that's where the buck stops at. Shit, Puffy the black-ass sacrifice lamb. You know, at the end of the day, Puffy that's Miate to them. Shit, they ain't tripping. But if you don't stop the cycle, it's going to keep happening. Somebody need to go visit Usher right now. Say, Usher, it's not too late for you. We know you hit a few other guys you brought on, but it's not too late for them either. But at some point, you got to stop the head, or it's going to keep creating, going down. The shit goes down. But you guys don't want to fix that, right?
I mean, it's when you're you're going all the way back to you know.
Okay. Now I'm going. Okay, but because it's the facts. But this is the thing, right? It's right now. We talking about the industry. When I was in business, a guy in the projects is saying word and say that he have a brother or somebody have a son that can rap or sing.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna drive my ass to the projects and sit on that mid-quake and get that artist signed and make a hit album out of it, right? But now what I'm basically saying is they got it so blocked in or locked, they're not giving some of the best talented people the opportunity to be artists. Or they'd rather have an artist that's 50 years old, 49, still putting them on the front line. Give these younger generations the opportunity, the chance to grow and make some of themselves. But if they can kill off the death row and replace me with the other guys, that's why the industry that way. The industry, as long as we make each other better by competing with each other, competition, the industry will be better. Now that you have all these guys wearing women clothes
This call and your telephone number will be monitored and recorded.
But once again, I'm not about gay bashing because I'm not homophobic. But when we say in the industry, my belief is this. If you puffy and we friends, and if you mess with boys and girls, that's your business. Let me know, because I might not want you to, I'm not going to want you to hit the blunt or drink out my glass. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But if you let me know, I said, shit, I'll give it to you when I finish. I'll give you the glass when, you can have the last sip.
Mm-hmm.
People just have a problem because they want to know what they're dealing with. And it's not fair to use power and money to make somebody do something they don't want to do.
Yeah, there's a big difference
That's
between there's a big difference between a person being gay and the young boys. That's the problem, and the young girls, like stuff that was going on with R. Kelly, and what he went through. There's a lawyer that's saying what happened to R. Kelly is about to happen to Diddy here soon, and it's just a matter of time before they get him, and he goes away. With what happens with him. But let me bring you back to what you were talking about. You were talking about how there's a difference. They come after a guy like you instead of going after these guys. You're talking about Barry Gordy or the Clive Davis or the Lucian Grange. I don't know if you even, the name. Did you ever do anything with Lucian or no? Did you ever have any business dealing with Lucian?
Yeah, one of the things that with me is my concern is that I believe that we'll always be knowing the problem. Now we got to start working out and have a solution. And people are always going to talk. But I'm from old school where less is best. And that's when we're talking about something to fix a lot of things, because I think that I respect you guys' platform, because they have a lot of platforms nowadays that it'd be people who's not business, never did any business, or never been part of the industry, and they get these platforms and they'll say the worst fucking things about people. It's no big deal, because I look at it like this. If somebody speak on me, I can respect that. But I can't respect it if you weren't saying the thing.
Yeah, man. That Barry Gordy guy, that's the guy who got Diana Ross pregnant when she was, I don't even think she was, I think she was still a minor. Maybe she was 20. He was like in his 40s or something like that. And but Clive Davis, I want to touch bases on Clive Davis. This freaky, nasty executive. This guy is sick, man. So this guy was allegedly the executive who Diddy was, having getting up in his Gucci cap for a deal. They were saying that Diddy was on his knees begging for a deal, and this weirdo. Let's play this video real quick, man.
Still maintain a decent relationship. In 2019 at the Grammys, he was quoted saying that Clive Davis and Arista Records gave him a chance when he was starting Bad Boy Records. He was one of the first industry executives to really believe in him and Diddy, and he's forever grateful for Clive.
Bad Boy Entertainment. I named it Bad Boy because I wanted to go against the grain. Anytime you go against the grain, they consider you like kind of bad. Nothing negative, nothing like hardcore. Just, I didn't want to be regular.
So Clive was ultimately impressed by Diddy's vision and decided to fund his project. He immediately took Diddy under his wing, and they became the best of friends. And by best friends, I mean there are rumors that in 1994, Clive forced Diddy to do some intimate things to him to be his, mentee.
But he got a boss too, and his boss name is Clive Davis. Clive run him. Diddy don't run himself.
So, of course, all this talk about, Diddy has led to people talking about Clive. I mean, I genuinely believe that when you have been harmed, abused, you typically, or if someone is an abuser, they typically were abused themselves. Like, it's a cycle. Like, it happens to, someone doesn't just, they're not born doing this. It's kind of a learned behavior. It happened to them before. So if Diddy kind of operated in this mentality in this way, you must assume that he learned it from somewhere. But supposedly their relationship was more than just that. They went on to secretly date.
Now, rumor has it, allegedly, Diddy got on his knees for Clive Davis in 1994, and that's how Bad Boy Records came about.
This report claims that there's a over 500-page book filled with juicy behind-the-scenes stories of some of the best-known artists of our time. In Clive's book, there is over 500 pages filled with juicy behind-the-scenes stories. Some of the best-known artists are included, like how Janis Joplin suggested she perform a sexual act with him to seal their deal. Also, how John Lennon offered him insight to the creative process, and he also addresses false accusations of embezzlement that ended his career at CBS. But there are also some deeply personal revelations. Remember, he comes out as bi in this book. He talks about the end of his 2 marriages, and in the final chapter, he discusses his sexuality. Clive claims for the past 20 years, he's had 2 male partners, a doctor for 13 years, and then somebody else for 7 years.
Damn.
Somebody he will not name or give any descriptor. So, I wonder who that could be. When pressed about why he doesn't name the men he's had relationships with, he said it is their privacy he's protecting, not his own. Clive said that he and his current partner share the same experiences as any other. They travel and attend industry events together, but he prefers not to reveal his identity. We have seen Clive and Diddy at plenty of events together. I'm assuming he's talking about the doctor in this situation, but it is interesting to see that he is really protective over this other guy. I mean, if he said rapper, we would all know, and he knows that. It's speculated that Clive taught Diddy to take advantage of a younger, up-and-coming artist. We see this in many cases, one of them being Christopher Williams. Now, Jaguar Wright claims that Diddy had a meeting with a singer named Christopher Williams about possibly signing a demo deal. The attorney needed to get approval for some paperwork and went into Diddy's office. Actually, this attorney walked into Diddy's office and saw that Christopher Williams was performing, I guess, a blowjob onto Diddy. She walked in and it was a surprising sight, but it didn't bother the lawyer as much as it embarrassed her. She played it cool until Diddy brought it up the next day. He was allegedly aggressive, asking her if she intended on telling anyone. When she politely asked him why he hadn't locked the door, he reportedly replied, "I'll do whatever the F I want to in my building. It's power, see? If I can make a man suck my D, I could make people do anything for money." Ooh, okay.
There was a young woman, beautiful woman. She's a lawyer, or at least she was. She used to be an entertainment lawyer while she was working at Bad Boy, because she was one of the lead counsels for Bad Boy Entertainment. She witnessed something that was disturbing to her. But what was really disturbing to her was the conversation that she had with Diddy after. Christopher Williams, Puff was supposed to be giving him a demo deal, and he gave him a demo deal, and I guess it was supposed to turn into an album deal, which that never happened. But this young woman walked in to get approval on some paperwork. When she walked in, the door wasn't locked, so she didn't think twice about just walking in, and when she walked in, she saw Christopher Williams performing fellatio on Puff. He came into her office and was like, "Yeah, so you came in there, so what? What you gonna do? You wanna say something?" And she was like, "Oh no, she was like, I just don't understand why you left the door unlocked. If you were in there doing that, why would you leave the door unlocked?" He said, "I'll do whatever I want to do in my building." And I just don't know. He was like, "It's power, see? I can make a man," he said, "if I can make a man suck my dick, I can make people do anything."
If I was that lawyer, I would feel so uncomfortable. I mean, I would want to quit, but I feel like if they were to quit, then like Diddy would go to take out anyone or any artist if needed. It has been alleged that Clive took out Whitney Houston to make way for Brandy. It's also alleged that he took out Left Eye from TLC. This behavior can be seen in Diddy with Kim Porter, Biggie, and allegedly Tupac. So I'm not trying to throw some accusations here, but I mean, I do feel like this on occasion.
All right, man. All right, bro. So this Clive Davis guy, we got Eddie Griffin talking about it too.
They sacrificing Diddy. They said, "Nigga, you gotta take this shit because we can't be involved." But Diddy smart. He filmed every fuck session. So he was fucking Clive and the motherfucking freak boy that run Universal Music Group. So he got them on some fuck tapes. Now, that's why they raiding the house, because they got friends in Homeland Security and the feds. And they said, get in there and get them tapes from this nigga. He trying to blackmail us. That's what I believe is going on.
Yeah, because they raided the house allegedly on a warrant saying that it was a drug raid. But in all actuality, they were given the direction to obtain technological devices around the house and shit. So they were looking for a tape, fellas. Now, this Clive Davis guy, he's had a few different instances where people have come out and kind of talked about them, you know, and exposed the industry and how it is. They either, you know, they have to blackmail you somehow in order for them to allow you to, you know, gain success in the industry, for them to push you to the mainstream level, so you're making all this bread and stuff like that. So what they do is they do obviously, like, there's different types of ways that they do it, either bestiality, you know, homosexual acts recorded. Sometimes they drug you, wake up, you know, your bussy sore, like, it's like, whoa, what happened, right? And they got a whole tape of shit going. So Diddy was doing that shit with his artist, and that's how I guess they maintained fucking control of the situation. Bro, this shit is sick as hell, man. Like, I don't know, I can't process this shit, man. Like, this shit is hella sick. These motherfuckers are nasty, but I guess that's what it takes to make it to the top, man. It says P. Diddy was tired of operating, named Josh Clyde Davis.